Hello, ladies and gents. Clifford Kennels here. Welcome to the big show. It's your host, Man Behind the Mask. So, this video, I think we're going to do it on some things to consider before you start a kennel. Where I messed up, things that I learned from. That way, hopefully, you don't make those same mistakes. We added a couple tarps to the top just to keep the dogs a little more dry, a little more shade. Where to start? We just got cleared for the kennel. I'd never heard it before, but I'm in Seminole County and I live in Castleberry, and they because of the size of the kennels, they normally wouldn't care if I did the 5x10s and it was 1 or 2. But because it's a 30-foot slab and it's a 20-foot kennel, they, what you doing, Mew Mew? Sugar Bear, what you doing, mamas? They felt that I needed to pull a construction permit for the slab in the kennel. Such as they consider it fence. So I got cited for it and fined and had to turn around and do I had to get a survey done, and then after the survey we had to turn around and submit a request for a permit. We got the permit, and they came and they passed it. So it was only a $24 permit, but still, I thought you were about to come play, and then y'all both just pass out. It's Sugar Free on the right and Munich on the left. Betty and them are somewhere inside. So, yeah, check your county codes. You may have to pull a permit to do this. Like I said, it was $24 if without the survey and the fine. So, when we had got this property, me and the kids' mother, we heard dogs barking in the neighborhood constantly, 24/7, every time we were here. Every single time we were here. I just don't know what to keep the video on. So I didn't think it would be a big deal when I brought my dogs here. They're all smaller dogs, and still a whole lot of people took exception. My dogs bark less than any dog in the neighborhood by far, almost. By far. And if my dogs bark for even a second, sometimes it's an issue. Other people's dogs will bark for 20, 30 minutes to an hour straight. But I guess because they're smaller dogs. So, definitely consider where you're living if it's dealing with dogs is something you want to do. We're going to be doing an indoor-outdoor kennel right here. Like one of those ones that you see that are Amish built. So, it's got like 4 foot by 4 foot indoor, and then like a 4 foot by 10 foot or a 4 foot by 8 foot outdoor above ground. So, some other things to definitely consider. Unless you're going to be spending a whole lot of money and you've made a whole lot of money, or you've got a lot of money to waste. I don't. I'm raising 3 little girls on my own. I've learned, and I've just now recently learned that it's not always about how stuff looks, man. It's about how the quality of your pups, the quality of your ethics. These tarps are only temporary right now, but my dogs have a lot more shade, and that other one's still under here. Plus there's the LED lights. So we have a single frame. It was for the extra tarps I put over top and all these bungees. It was a total of $20. or not even 20. It was $7, $8, and $6. So 15 compared to 110 lid now, or top. If I put that top on here, a second one, it would have been 2 tops, 1 and 1, and then right here in the middle, you know, either water would get through or you'd still want to cover it with a tarp. When I am adding the second one. I'm just going to buy one large tarp to cover both of them. That way water doesn't fall down in through the middle. Then these tarps I'm going to keep as extras, you know, just in case one day. You never know. But the heavy duty tarp was I think $10, and that one I already had along the back. So right now it's got a UVA and B and weatherproof tarp, a heavy duty tarp with 2 cheap tarps on each end. There's a ratchet strap under that tarp holding the 2 tops together in the middle. That way they don't give way. So I keep seeing a whole lot of videos of people talking about the misting systems, and they're putting them inside the kennel. Okay, first off, your dogs are going to be hot for hours in the day. You don't want to leave water running that long. Even if you use well water, it's going to be even worse on the dogs. Water breeds bacteria and many other things, especially if it's like sitting there baking in the heat while it's getting wet. You only need a mister on the inside of your dog kennel if you seal it in with tin roofing, like an aluminum box, and it becomes a microwave. Even if you don't do the backs or anything and you use tarps, if you turn around and use tin for the roof, you're making it a microwave. Now, quick tip for everybody that's doing that. All you have to do is move that misting system on top of your tin roof, and it will keep the tin cold, and you won't have massive heat underneath the tin from the tin heating up. You also have to remember, even while you have that misting system running through the roof right here, you turn around and the tin's still quaking. It's still hot. So the moment the water turns off, you're right back to being hot again, blase. I would never suggest an all tin roof. They have the same material, and it's plexiglass or plastic, whatever, and there's just many other ways to go. I would never suggest a tin roof. You know, and then also I can show you, I have a pile of new 2x4s and 4x4s right behind the building over here, and if I wanted to, I could have easily built an elevated wood floor. Okay. The reason I did not, is first off, I don't have to worry about flooding where I'm at. My property here is almost 6 feet above the street, and the street's about 7-8 feet above the floodplain here in Florida. I've never had my place here and even come close to flooding, looking like it flooded, none of that. So this was high enough. Second off, I don't like breeding disease under my dogs. It was above. When you do the 2x4s and stuff with gaps and you hose it down, you're just pouring all that stuff in there. And then how do you clean it out underneath? You know, you come up with something crazy. Okay, I don't like excuse me, there's a plane flying above. We're close to an airport. I don't like disease. I don't like smell. If you wherever you're at, if you would consider doing what as you can see, you know, sweep the shit up a little, throw it in that tin can. The sun heats it, dries it out, and I take it out with the trash. But yeah, you don't, hosing it down and having it go right underneath where your dogs are just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. if you're at a place that floods and you do it, then I could understand maybe doing the 2x4s, but I would never do bigger than a 5x10 at a time. And it would be, you'd have to leave them separated, not common walled. That way, like, you could get under it with a rake and rake it out. That's just me. And you could hose it down, and I would elevate mine. Everybody turns around, elevates it 6 inches, and then turn around and puts the a 2x6 on the face plate. If I'm going to do it, I would have mine elevated probably closer to 2 feet. I want to be able to get under it, clean it. I want to make sure there's not rattlesnakes under there and everything else. I know a whole lot of people that don't use outdoor kennels. People that can afford to do an acre or half acre, the size of my yard, for 1 or 2 dogs to play, and that's fine. Where I'm at here in Central Florida, we have tons of raccoons, foxes, possums, hawks, owls, like so many different things that could hurt a dog. I don't even feel safe going inside when it's dark out with my dogs not in the kennels, so. Like I said before, the one on the right's a retriever, the left one's a tartar. But both made in America. Y'all aren't doing nothing. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you to all of our subscribers. Just some things to consider. And the reason I didn't pour a common slab, yes, was also because it doesn't drain very well when it does rain. I wanted something that would drain well, drain easy, not just hold disease, and at the same time you could hose down and pick up. You say hi, say thank you for subscribing. Hey, mean it. You gonna say thank you for subscribing? Huh? It's like, yo, why you interrupting my beauty sleep? Why you interrupting my sleep? Anyways, y'all have a great day. Hope y'all have great holidays. We got a lot more coming. Clifford Kennels out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.